Hi, PowerShell community, and welcome our guest today, Rob Sewell. He's one of the staff members of the upcoming PowerShell Conference Europe in June, which takes place in the beautiful country of Austria. He's also a cloud and data center management and data platform MVP since 2017. And one of the most important things, he is the author of the upcoming book, Learn DBA Tools in a Month of Lunches. Thank you very much for your time. Would you please introduce yourself a little to the community to get a better idea of who you are and what you do?
Hello. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. I am yes. My name is Rob. Frequently, I'm known as Beard because Chrissy Lemaire calls me that all the time. So what Chrissy does, everybody follows. So that's as well as all those community things. I am a consultant, and I just generally these days help people make stuff go. So generally in the data platform sort of world in Azure, I am automating the creation of things. Um, on top of that, I love speaking. I love talking. Yeah, we've got a book, and we're organising PowerShell Conference Europe. So I've been doing that for 4 or 5 years now. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Okay. So what is your role at the PSCONF and what makes it so special this year?
So the thing that makes it most special this year is the fact that we're going to be in person again.
Yes.
That's absolutely the
Yes.
number one thing. Um, I'm really looking forward to actually getting to see all the faces, not just of the speakers, but the attendees again. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. What's my role? I am the person behind a lot of the social media that you see, and I'm involved in session selection and speaker communications. So we opened our call for speakers a few months ago. We waited as we got sessions, and then Alexander and I, with Gail and Tobias as well, had a little bit of input. They put in. We took all of the sessions, and then we have a look at them, and we have the most difficult job of any event organization is choosing which sessions to have, which sessions not to have.
Yeah.
But Alexander and I have been doing it for so long together now that we can argue with each other and it's all fine.
Okay.
So yeah.
So a little bit of insight. How many sessions you had?
So this year wasn't quite as good as last year. This year we had 195 sessions
Wow.
were given, and we have accepted 70.
Wow. Okay.
If I
And what
remember
is
rightly, the last year that we had, so it would have been 2019, would have been the last year that we had submissions in the same way. I think we had about 280, 290 sessions submitted.
okay? So maybe related to COVID, so not so many sessions. So maybe it's unsure for the speakers if they can travel to Austria.
Absolutely, because
Yeah,
when
maybe.
when we started this whole process, everybody was still in lockdown.
Yeah.
The rules in Austria were changing, very strict, not so strict. They'll allow people in, we don't know.
Mhm.
And our speakers come from all over the world. So they come from, we will have speakers from America, from
Yeah.
Australia, from all over Europe. I
Yeah.
don't think we have anybody from Asia this year, but we have in the past.
I don't think so. So I gone through all the lists to ask them to speak in this videos. I don't think I saw anyone from Asia. Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. So let's talk about your book. So DBA tools in the months of lunches. Tell us a little bit about your book and how have you decided to write your book? I'm not sure. Is it your first book or have you already written some books before?
Okay, so it's the first book in completion.
Hmm.
I wrote a chapter for the PowerShell Summit They did a book that was sold to help the On-Ramp charity that enable people to attend the US PowerShell Summit. This book, DBA Tools in a Month of Lunches, Christy Lemaire and I we've done presentations about DBA tools together for many years. In fact, pop quiz, very first place that we did a full day's training about DBA tools was in Vienna.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, there was a funny little matchup. But we'd always said that we'd like to write a book about it, and we always wanted it to be like PowerShell in a Month of Lunches, because
the famous one.
The famous one, absolutely. Yes. So Christy reached out to Manning, who are the publishers of the Month of Lunches, and they said yes. I mean, we had to do more than that. There was a submission about what we would put in and who we thought the authors were, and Manning are amazing. So when you write a book, there's a lot of input that they put in, a lot of questions, and then they go out and reach out to many people around the world and get their opinions, and then they go, oh yeah, actually this will be good.
Yeah.
So we started writing a book. We actually write the book in source control, so we use GitLab and we use Markdown and we write it in Visual Studio Code because we're nerds. So we went down, we would give it to an editor, they would come back, and then COVID hit, and COVID hit us all very hard, and it had a big impact on it, and it slowed everything right down. Now, in the last week, 10 days probably, the book has been finished, in that it has now been given to production. We are not allowed to make any changes. Like, we literally, as authors, we are not allowed to make any changes unless we get an agreement from production, who are the people who are going to do the printing. And right now we're going through copy editing. So we've had sort of validation between ourselves. Does this make sense? We've had technical editing. Is this giving the right story? Does it all work? Does it read in the right way? Is it working for people who want to understand it? Now we're getting to does it fit Manning's Month of Lunches guidelines? So their voice and their way of writing, and introducing listings and mentioning pictures and all the boring stuff that you don't realize that goes on. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. And then once that's finished, then it'll go to print, and it'll be actually ready in paper.
Okay, when is the date it is published, or it should be available to buy and to read?
I'd love to be able to say words now that give you a date. All I am allowed to say is that soon it will be available.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So stay tuned, and we will get notified when it should be out.
We will definitely be on social media about it, as you can imagine, and beard.media/book.
Okay, great. I will add it to the description when we publish this video, so everyone gets a note when the book is published. So you already answered my next question. So you've been in Austria before, so it will not be your first visit in this June. Correct. So what is typical for you when you think about Austria? What comes in your mind?
So the thing that comes to mind for me, being in Austria, is a particular picture that was taken of me outside of a public house where the speaker dinner was happening for the SQL Saturday, as it was then. Yeah. Which is my friend Gianluca, who's from Italy, who's wearing 5 coats and a scarf and a hat and gloves. And me, and I am standing in a t-shirt. And the temperature is -10.
Whoa. Okay.
Because I'm weird. I don't react to the cold all that much. Now, it wasn't windy, so it was very still, and it wasn't particularly damp. So -10 is okay. But I can be in a t-shirt down to -3 or -4 without Yeah, I would. Put me in India or Singapore or Nevada or somewhere where it gets hot, then I really struggle. But yeah. So
Okay.
we were in Vienna, and it was, I mean, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was so cold. It was so cold that Chrissy said that her eyeballs were hurting,
Ouch. And you've been in the t-shirt.
and I'm in a t-shirt.
Okay. So will you stay long in Austria or just for the conference, or are you planning to do some holiday or spend some additional days before or after the conference?
So I think because the conference starts on a Monday, I will probably get there over the weekend, so I can spend a bit of time there.
Okay.
After the conference, I am flying to Germany
Mhm.
because Download Festival is happening
Okay.
in Germany the weekend after. So I'm meeting up with some German friends and going to go and listen to heavy metal music.
Oh, great. Okay. Anything special you're looking forward to do in Austria? Anything? Yeah.
I will go back and visit the museums.
Okay. Okay. Great. So I've seen on your LinkedIn profile you're doing automation since a very long time. I'm also love automation in the IT way, but I also love to do home automation. So are you doing home automation or anything automated in your not IT spare or area?
Absolutely. Our entire house is automated. So
Okay.
we use the home automation system whose name you shall not mention, because otherwise it sets it off.
Okay. Yeah.
Controls all of the lights. Everything is on a routine. Um, I have a routine for my wife for first thing in the morning that will wake her up, tell her that she's wonderful, tell her a story, give her the news, and then start playing her favorite radio station. And, you know,
Great.
I do all of these sort of things.
Okay.
Um, and absolutely, I at any point that I can automate something, then I try to do so.
Okay, great. So maybe when we meet in June, we can talk about home automation. So maybe we can change some ideas and what we do at home. The last question for today is, what is your, maybe I know the answer, but maybe you can surprise us with this one. But what is your favorite PowerShell commandlet and your favorite PowerShell module?
Oh, well, um, I'd I would absolutely say that my favorite module is Pesta.
Pesta.
Pesta, yes.
Okay.
Because one of the first things I ever did in PowerShell, the first thing I did that I was really proud of was I took the results of the overnight SQL Server agent job runs
Mhm.
and I put them into an Excel sheet that was color coded. Green is good, red is bad,
Mhm.
and saved it on a share and sent an email to the DBA team so that we could just open up an Excel sheet. Is it green is good, red is bad? We can find out what we needed to work on. So validating that infrastructure or validating that results are as I expect are absolutely where my love of PowerShell started.
Okay.
And Pesta has enabled me to do that all ends up. So now I have DBA checks, which runs Pesta validation against any SQL Server estate, and it's configurable. But before you can deploy a DBA checks release, I then have Pesta that will use the AST to go and analyze that the code is correct.
Mhm.
So I'm doing Pesta inception to be able to make sure that everybody's Pesta works inside
Okay.
DBA. So
Okay.
that is without doubt, that is my favorite module because, as you can tell, I love it so much.
Yeah.
My favorite command, that's really hard. I think probably it's set clipboard
Okay.
because, and to be fair, I use SCB
Mhm.
because when I am asked, please, can you tell me, what was it today? How many resource groups in this subscription do not have resource locks? I can run get AZ resource group pipe where resource lock is null or whatever it was, pipe SCB, or select resource group name, pipe SCB. And then I've got this list and I can just paste it into a Teams chat or into an email or something. And I find being able to do that, people just look at you like,
magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Rob, thank you very much for your time and really looking forward to meet you in person in June. Any last words to the community?
Thank you very much indeed for having me. Totally, absolutely. Come to the PowerShell Conference Europe. It will be technically give you all the information that you want, but it's a lot of fun and it's very light-hearted and you get to meet everybody. It's not the sort of conference where the speakers sit over there and the attendees sit over here. Seriously, have a look at the photos from previous years and you'll see that we all mix in together. It's fantastic. So looking forward to seeing everybody there in person.
Oh, in person. That's the most important thing. So thank you very much again and see you in June. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.